sun, sea, and a spirit of freedom. All of these are the attributes of sailing, a billion-euro industry operating in a highly competitive environment. Welcome to Sailboat Hunter. We tend to associate sailing with the rich or with those who inherited a small fortune, and we aren't in wrong too much, considering that the maintenance costs of a sailboat is measured in 1,000 euros per every meter. If the purchase of a new sailboat haven't thrown your budget off balance, then the cost of insurance, the berthing into a marina, and the maintenance costs will surely do. To top it all, you'll be surprised how many friends you have whom you haven't heard from in ages. Surely you can enjoy 1 week by enlisting the services of a charter company which will let you a sailboat. This will set you back from a few hundred euros if you can persuade a few others to share the costs and your holiday at sea with you, to a few thousand euros in high season if you want to be alone or just with your family. But what if you wish to spend all the weekends at sea alone or with your family? What do you do as a beginning sailor when your age and your job doesn't fill your bank account in a way that doesn't raise the envy of your friends and acquaintances? What if, with a small amount of you, can realize the dream to own a sailboat yourself with very limited maintenance costs? As a matter of fact, happiness is often found in seemingly unimportant things. And the saying, small boat, big smile, big boat, no smile, is not meaningless at all. A sailboat of between 25 and 30 feet may offer you more satisfaction than a bigger one, let's say 38 or 40 feet. Quite commonly, this type of sailboat can be enough for a small family to spend the weekend exploring the coastline and the island nearby. I have to say that in many European countries, these are exempt for registration, reducing tax expenses. A new sailboat of this size would cost a minimum 25,000 euro if purchased from a small pleasure craft producer, which for many of us could be a significant investment, which has personally happened to me. A different option would be to build your own sailboat. There is a multitude of plans from famous naval architects which can be bought on the internet, but this requires some technical knowledge and outstanding patience, a minimum of 2 or 3 years. The main advantages are that you will personally know the entire boat from the bow to the stern and invest money in it gradually. Often, at the end, the entire amount could be over the production cost of a serial producer, and do not have very high expectation if it's the first time when you have done that. Maybe a more appropriate solution it would be renovating and refitting a small old sailboat on do-it-yourself basis and on a limited budget. When I say old, I mean it's old, which is 35 to 40 years old. Some of them are in good condition, others not so much. Sometimes they have mold inside and their hull condition betrays their age. Many of them are living legends. Some of them made long passages crossing the oceans or even circumnavigated, which are actually not recommended to beginners, but they have great nautical qualities and will not let you down when you are faced with 4-meter high waves. In addition, it will not be a huge investment and you will recover it more or less completely when you decide to make an upgrade to a more recent sailboat. This is exactly our mission. We will show you how to be happy without having to make a big investment, refitting and renovating a small old sailboats. Everything within a €10,000 budget and 100 working hours. The mighty Greece, with more than 2,000 islands according to Wikipedia, is the ideal destination for many sailboat owners. The Aegean or the Ionic Sea are smooth and offer the best sailing condition even for the beginners. Furthermore, the delicious food, the Mediterranean environment, the fascinating history and the hospitality of the Greeks are arguments which cannot be dismissed. Today we are near Peramos in the north of Greece on the Aegean coast. A small village with 6,000 inhabitants and a fascinating history, lying on shore west of the main city of Kavala and north of the Tarsus island. We have chosen this location because June is winterized on shore here. I bought her some time ago for a friend of mine as to refit her in €10,000 budget, including the purchase price. I did it in 9,000. She's a legendary sailboat made by Albin Marine in Sweden under the Per Brochel design. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at these beautiful classic lines with the high bow and the low stern. Many Vegas have proved their seaworthy quality, crossing the oceans and even circumnavigated. This is the boat chosen by Matt Rutherford in Red Dot on the Ocean when he completed the non-stop voyage around the 2 American continents, crossing the North Passage and the Cape Horn. I was lucky with June because she had the original gel coat and the hull was properly maintained. The standing riggings and the sails had been replaced a few years before, but inside, let's have a look. First of all, in Greece, and not only here, you have to be energetically independent. So that's why I installed a solar panel large enough to charge the batteries. In the cockpit, my option was to cover the sitting places over the lockers with Permatech, which is looking good and handles well with the salt water and the UV. In the starboard locker, I installed a 30-liter fridge with reduced consumption, large enough to keep the beer cold in the summer days. On the inside, I replaced all the pillows and the upholstery, and because some material was left, I made some cockpit cushion. I also installed a new VHF with DSC and GPS, and I fixed the compass lighting. Because I like to sail single-handedly, I laid all the lines into cockpit in order to operate myself the mainsail and the boom using the electronic autopilot, which I bought it second-hand for just €100. What the f? Of course, she's not a perfect sailboat, but which one is? For example, look at the shape of the keel and the rudder before the propeller make her very difficult to operate in reverse. You need a lot of cold blood to berthing into a crowded marina, so you will need assistance, at least at the beginning. In the end, the result lived up to our expectation, and we spent together many wonderful moments, crossing the Black Sea on 6-meter high waves, the Marmara Sea and the North Aegean. If you happen to find a Vega in good condition, don't hesitate. Your satisfaction will be guaranteed and you will fall in love with her at first sight. She's simple. 2 cables and 3 pipes, and all simple things are easy to maintain and very reliable. Swedish boats are renowned for their construction quality, and the Vega is not an exception. My advice: never look for a project boat. Someone else's broken dream may well become your nightmare. Continue to follow us. We have many more projects in operation throughout Europe, and you will find extremely useful things. Until then, fair winds, mates.